Hi there, welcome to Kneppy Invest, and welcome to September 16, 2024. We have about 1 hour and 30 minutes left of trading. Technically, it's 1 hour and 28 minutes left of trading, but who's counting? And today's been okay. No complaints. Looking at the performance of the indices on the market index front page, homepage, but honestly, no surprises because the Americans finished on a fairly positive note on their Friday session. Now, even though we are near or at all-time highs, it's not surprising to see we are up a little bit. And to be honest with you, when we do see the indices at all-time highs, it's nothing to be afraid of, nothing to be wary of, because over time, indices should getting or achieving all-time highs every so often. That's the nature of equity markets. That's the nature of investing. The whole point of investing is buying into stuff that gets all-time highs every so often. We want to see the value of whatever investing is in increases through time. Anyway, so we are near or at all-time highs at about 8,130 for the XJO. Small caps and resources down a little bit, but they had pretty good weeks last week, so that is not surprising either. Okay, the agenda for today's video. We'll go through a few tweets, and the reason I want to go through a few tweets is because today's been quite, I'm going to say boring when it comes to announcements. Now, the announcements have been quite light in substance, quite a few of trading holds, capital raisings, a few mining drilling results, that sort of thing, which doesn't really get me all that interested. I'm looking for trading updates, profit upgrades or profit downgrades, financial results, that sort of thing. And we have seen a dearth of those interesting announcements today. But I have come up with 6 companies that have released okay announcements today. I have not ordered them in any number. So at this point in time, I don't have a top 5 stocks of the day. So this list could be quite fluid. I might change, take some of these companies out. I might include some companies when we have a look at the best and worst performing companies on the ASX today, if a company has surprised me with how well they've done or how badly they've done on the back of an announcement. Now, we'll have a look at those 3 tweets for you because today's been quite quiet. And then we'll have a look at the ASX today, the best and worst performing sectors, indices, and also companies. Go through the top 5 stocks of the day. And then I'll have a look at one of your comments, sort of a general comment in regards to when to sell. And to be honest with you, that is the ultimate question, when to sell. Probably the most difficult question we have as investors. Sometimes it's good to have rules, and I do have some rules, but I'll talk about that later towards the end of the video. Okay, so let's have a look at a few tweets to start off this video today. 3 tweets. Let's start off with Side Hustle King. This is actually from a few years ago. This was a really interesting one. A lot of engagement, and Side Hustle King did mention he made a mistake here. And I did read this and went, what the heck? If he was actually being honest and being truthful, this is the whole reason why we need financial education. So he raised a question. Would you rather get paid $1 million right now or $50 every month for the rest of your life? I'll take option B, said Side Hustle King. And I went and looked at it and went, what? Why the heck would you take $50 a month over $1 million right now? Because it's going to take you many, many months to get up to $1 million. Anyway, he keeps going on. That's what passive income is. Find a way to make passive income. It'll change your life. He's absolutely true, but that scenario is not quite. Maybe he meant $50 every day, or maybe he missed a zero, $500 every month, maybe. But even then, I would still choose $1 million. He did mention somewhere here he did make a mistake. Yeah, there he goes. I made a mistake. I was at the gym doing cardio, was typing too fast. I am smarter than this. I did the math. I'm like, what the heck I was thinking. It'll take 1,666 years to only make $990,000. And before he wrote those comments, there was a lot of pushback saying, what the hell are you talking about? Anyway, so a little bit of comedy here. So I'm just thankful he was not being serious. He did some sort of mistake here, which can happen. Now, I mentioned that that could have been sort of proof that we do need financial education in high school. But here is proof that we need financial education. So someone tweeted, bought my first car today. Chat, whatever that is. Looks like a BMW. But here is the kicker. So a loan amount of $32,720.46. Interest rate 29.78%. A term of the loan, 75 months, paying almost $1,000 a month. So he's going to pay $75,000 for a loan of $32,720. This is the reason why we might need financial education in schools, because this is an absolutely ridiculous purchase, in my opinion. It's not really needed. Yes, this is just someone wanting to buy a car and getting into a ridiculous loan to get that car. Here is the car, by the way. Yeah. Maybe he had to buy some money up or put some money up front. Anyway, there was also another interesting tweet from Liz Aldrin. Costco is currently trading at a higher P ratio than Nvidia. That's it. That's the tweet. So I actually did have a look at this. And yes, it's actually true. Costco, a company I actually don't know, but I was thinking of buying this a few years ago because the share price had fallen a fair bit. And I went, even though I don't like the margins in this company, they have a moat. That actually is their moat. They're really low margins. Anyway, Costco currently has a P ratio of 56.79. And I went, oh, that is fairly high for this type of company. Very limited growth. In fact, the revenue growth over the past 10 years, 8.75% per year. Earnings per share at 13.7% per year. Yes, and dividend growth at 12.6%. So, okay growth, but you want better growth than that for a company that has a P/E ratio of 56.8. And even you have a look at some of the other valuation metrics, return on equity is nice, return on invested capital is nice, but you want better growth than that. And then I had a look at Nvidia, and yes, Nvidia is not that expensive. There's still people out there who think Nvidia has a P/E ratio of like 5 billion. P/E ratio of 55.85. Revenue growth for this company over the past 10 years, 36% per year. Earnings per share growth, 57.5% per year. Dividend per share growth, 10.24% per year, but that doesn't bother me at all. Return equity, 45.3. Return invested capital, 54.8. So I have to compare Costco to Nvidia. I would choose Nvidia every single time of the year, just based off its growth and potential growth in the future. It's really interesting that a lot of comments in this particular thread were just saying that Costco's future is more certain. So in a way, what people are saying is they are willing to pay a premium for certainty. And that's interesting belief, interesting thoughts. And I can't push back against that. Yeah. Can't push back against that. I'm trying to find it. Yeah. Anyway, so that's a few interesting tweets that I did see over the past probably week or so. In fact, even more than that, because that initial tweet, first tweet I showed you, I saw that maybe a month ago. Anyway, so let's get to the ASX Today, looking at the performance of sectors and indices. Interesting, the all tech was down a bit at about 11:30. So rose initially on open, fell, became negative for a period in the late morning, early afternoon, and then has recovered. Anyway, let's have a look at the different sectors. One sector's down big. Healthcare is down 0.74%. I wonder if that's wonder if that's CSL. I was going to say, I wonder if that's healthcare, but of course it's healthcare because it is the healthcare sector. I wonder if that's a CSL. Something bad happened to CSL. Let's have a look. Not real. Pro Medicus is down. Telix is down. So, yeah. CSL is down. Fisher Paykel down. ResMed up a little bit. Cochlear up a little bit. Who knows why healthcare is down a little bit. And telecommunications, financials, real estate, and discretionary all up by over 0.5%. And those sectors not moving much today. Energy, materials, relatively flat, we'll call them. Looking at the indices, where's gold here? Gold. There's one called ASX Ordinaries Gold, sub-industry. Pretty sure that has not been there in the past. Anyway, gold's had an okay day today, which is interesting because one of the companies I did write down was Westgold. they did update their resources and estimates or something. Share price did drop a fair bit. I was wondering maybe gold had a bad day, but looking at this, gold has not had a bad day. Now let's have a look at the ASX 20. So up 0.46%. So it's had a pretty good day. And I would assume the banks are up, Goodman Group's up. We already know CSL is down. So let's have a look at this. I would assume maybe 14 companies up, 6 down. No, we'll go 15, 15. 16 up, 4 down. 4 companies down. Fortescue, CSL, Rio Tinto, BHP. So straight away, 3 iron ore companies down. Bit of weakness in iron ore. I'm just going to have a quick look at Phoenix. And if you do watch all my videos, you'll know share price at 25.5 cents or 25.2 cents. If I do see the share price fall below 24 cents, I might take a position in this particular company. Anyway, let's go back to the ASX 20. And the best performing company in the ASX 20, we have Brambles. And then we have some banks, Westpac, REA Group, Woolworths, Goodman Group, NAB, Telstra, Macquarie. So I've got sort of like a who-who's of the biggest companies in Australia right there, which makes sense because this is the ASX 20, which is the biggest companies on the ASX. Yeah, all makes sense. Okay, so let's get to possibly my favorite part of this particular video series. If I had to choose, my favorite part of the ASX Daily Rundown is going through the top gainers and top losers. This is where I actually do learn, maybe not learn a lot, but this is where I find some hidden gems. Maybe not hidden gems, but companies that have surprised, maybe released a really good announcement. So let's have a look at the top gainers today. And there is Mithril, Silver and Gold. I actually did put this company down as one of the companies I did want to discuss, and I am thankful it is up 44%. Now, the company has a market cap of 18 million, so I'm not sure if this should be near the top, but it's had a good day, up 44%. Otherwise, nothing of note here that I can remember, and most of these companies are quite small. The biggest company here is Pacific Edge, up 23.46%. Market cap of 81 million. I'm just going to open up to see if this company did release anything. I can't remember. Pacific Edge. No, they released something. The last price sensitive announcement was actually towards the end of July. So we can move on. Yeah, there's nothing much. Nothing much to really speak about apart from maybe Mithril. Let's have a look by market cap. What companies have before? Austal. Yeah, I actually did put Austal down, and I'm not surprised to see the share price of that company up 9.82%. So that is definitely a company that could come in at number 1. Otherwise, no, nothing much. Like SKS, nice bounce. EZZ, nice bounce. Both of those companies have been quite volatile over the past few weeks, few months. So I don't really want to discuss them. There's Money Me. I really want to buy some more Money Me shares, but I'm not sure which way it's going to go. And fairly low turnover as well. Okay, so let's get to, and yeah, a fairly quiet day, and this sort of proves it. Nothing really to talk about. We'll talk about Austal and Mithril, but I'll talk about that when we get to the top 5 stocks of the day. Now let's have a look at the top losers. Most of these top losers are down on low turnover, which means it's just noise. There is a big company there, Jupiter Mines, down 12.12%. I might have a look at the chart for Jupiter Mines because share price of that company has dropped like a rock. My pen is not working for some reason. Dropped like a rock. So people were getting excited about Jupiter Mines not that long ago because something happened to a mine for South 32. I can't remember exactly what, but the share price has dropped significantly since then. And there's Orange Minerals. And let's have a look by market cap. Anything interesting here? Setup, probably just noise. Immutep. Okay, I did put Immutep down. I wasn't sure which way the share price was going to go. Could have risen, could have dropped, could have done nothing. Because it has dropped 10%, I will discuss Immutep in the top 5 stocks of the day. Otherwise, High Pages had a really good day or end of week last week, so probably a little bit of profit taking there. And again, nothing much here. APM Animal Health. Could be a buy the dip situation for that company. Have a look at the chart for APM Health. None of my pens are working. What's happening? What is happening? None of my pens are working. We have a pen. we have a pen drought. What do you call it? Ink. We have an ink drought. Oh, I've got another pen here. Excellent. And that pen's working. Although I did the wrong TIG code for animal, was it called APM Animal Health? I put AXX, not AHX. Okay, so let's get to the top 5 stocks of the day. I still yet to order these. I do have 6 companies lined up, so I might need to get rid of one of them. I'll get rid of Auckland International Airport because they're doing a capital raising. I'll briefly mention this one. Auckland International Airport's doing a fairly big capital raising, like a $1 billion capital raising, $1.4 billion capital raising, building for the long haul and partnering with Hawkins. Just notice the indicated price is up. So share price is $6.96. And I'll open up the equity raising announcement, which is 62 pages long. Hopefully it won't take a long time to open up. Yeah, it's taking a long time. I know straight away if it's going to take ages. So AIA in market index, you just see how quick it's going to open up in market index. It's going to be like 5 seconds. No, 5 split seconds. Yeah, it's already open. And it's still opening up in ComSec. It's still open up. All right, so $1.4 billion at a share price of, they tell us what they're going to do with this $1.4 billion. So something to do with infrastructure. Seems like there was one little blurb here saying how old the infrastructure is. Replace aging infrastructure built in the 1960s with modern, fit-for-purpose facilities, etc., etc. I just want to see what the price is for. Here it is. At the issue price of $6.95, which is not, oh yeah, it's right on the share price. Share price must have dropped recently. No. They mention here, oh, that's probably New Zealand. Is that New Zealand? AIANZX. Yeah, so New Zealand, $7.54. Silly me, this company definitely is listed on the New Zealand Stock Exchange. So that capital raising price is in New Zealand dollars, not Australian dollars. So that's why it's at the same price as Australian dollars, because it's a different currency. And that's why they have a discount here. Discount of 7% to the ex-dividend adjusted last close price of $7.48. Anyway, that's all I really want to talk about when it comes to AIA, or what's it called? Auckland International Airport. Let's just have a look at the chart for this company. The ASX chart, not the New Zealand chart. And share price in a downtrend. It's been in a short to medium term downtrend since about March or April. And if you have a look at the weekly chart, not much to write home about. In fact, if the share price fell below $6.20, that would be a little bit concerning. Anyway, but maybe Auckland International Airport would be attractive to some infrastructure investors. I am not one of those people. Now let's get to the top 5 stocks of the day, and we'll start off with Encounter Resources. Share price is flat. Oh, now I know why I want to talk about this company. Okay, so early in the day, the share price was not flat. So this company did release could have been an interesting announcement, and I suppose on open, people did find it interesting. High-grade niobium extended across multiple targets. I did not open this up, but I did notice on open, the share price rallied quite significantly. In fact, the share price was up probably about 25% on open. Yes, the share price was up about 25% on open. And the reason I know that is because previous close 46.5, open 58 cents. So all you have to do is, in fact, I'm going to bring up my calculator. So what's that? 11 over 46. So that's about 20% increase. 11.5 divided by 465. 24.7% on open. So 1 point today on open, share price of this company was up 25%. Now it's flat, which means the share price has dropped from 58 cents to 46.5 cents. And this is one reason why I like to wait for a little bit of time to pass before jumping in when I see an announcement that I do like. Now, this is not this sort of announcement that I would run into or rush into because I don't really play or trade drilling results or anything like that. Now, Encounter Resources did come onto my radar quite a few months ago, and then it left my radar because I'm not trying to trade these sort of companies. Anyway, share price really took off. This is the weekly chart, by the way. So let's have a look at the daily chart. Share price took off on the 24th of June, up 79.71%, and looked like it looked really good. And then the company released something negative on the 16th of July. On that particular day, share price dropped 21%, and that was sort of the catalyst to get out. And it's pretty obvious why. A really negative one-day counterstick, and the share price dropped from there. In fact, you could have got out on that day at 66 cents. Yeah, 66 cents or so. And you would have seen share price drop from 66 cents all the way down to 40 cents. Now, today, there was an initial interest on open. Share price opened up 25%. What we want to see is we want to see the share price remain at these levels or even increase during trading, but it did exactly the opposite. It fell. And now the share price has not moved from yesterday or the previous trading day. That tells me there's no strength. There's just too much enthusiasm from the sellers. So why do we have enthusiasm from the sellers? Well, look at all the shareholders who bought at high prices in the past, particularly in July. So there's probably a lot of shareholders who bought above 60 cents who just want to get out. And when they saw the share price open up towards 60 cents today, 58 cents, they said, now's my opportunity to get out of this dog stock. And that puts a lot of selling pressure on the share price. And the only way to counteract that selling pressure is you need enough buyers. And the enthusiasm buyers was just not there for Encounter Resources. That's why the share price has dropped consistently through the day. Possibly some day traders got excited on open. They took a position at 58 cents. They saw the share price drop. That increases the selling pressure if actually that did happen. So this is actually a negative one-day counterstick. This is why I like to wait. So for those who do like to trade these sort of announcements, I just would wait, see how it plays out. Anyway, let's have a look at the 1 minute chart. Yeah, the selling almost began in that first minute. Share price opened at 58 cents, and in that first minute, share price closed at 55 cents. So within that first minute, share price dropped 3 cents, or not quite 10%, we'll say 7% in that first minute, and just kept on dropping, and is still dropping as I speak, down back to 46 cents. Okay, so that's Encounter Resources. That's probably the only reason I included was because how the market has reacted after open. That's that company. And I have not decided which company is going to come in number 4. We'll go with Westgold. Yeah, Westgold. We'll go with Westgold. This company did release sort of an update to their, what do you call it? Mineral resource estimate and ore reserves. They also released production guidance lifts to 400 to 420, K ounces, 1,000 ounces. I actually did see that one, production guidance increasing, and I thought, share price should rise. Share price fell 4.7%. So maybe it has to do with the mineral resource estimates. Maybe the production guidance lifting was not as much as the market anticipated. Could be quite a few reasons here. They also released another one, Fletcher exploration target defined at 1.6 to 2.1 million ounces of gold. So something within this that the market did not like. Not sure what it is, because they released 3 announcements within 12 minutes. I didn't even open any of these announcements up. I just wanted to see how the market reacted. Share price down 4.69%. Overall, gold is up today, so you can't blame gold prices. So let's have a look at the chart for Westgold. Is this a reason to be more nervous about this company? And the chart looks pretty good. I have no complaints about this chart. Now, it would have been better if the share price went above $3.10 today. That would have been a really good move. That would have been continuation of the uptrend. Nice possible play. Buy some shares at 310. Sort of a breakout, getting to all-time highs maybe. Maybe at least long-term highs. Let's have a look at the past. Yeah, would have been all-time highs. Well, anyway, share price and the chart looks pretty good. Share price from the end of 2022 has risen from 70 cents to $2.76. So a four-bagger over about 2-year period. And the daily chart still looks pretty good. So even though today has been negative, no, it's still okay. Now, the other thing is the one-day candlestick. It's a solid red one. That's the most bullish or the most bearish one-day candlestick you can see, which means the share price opened at the high and is closing towards the low, if not at the low. Now, we're not near the lows in today's session, so we could see a bit of a rally in the share price in the next hour or so. The other thing I'd like to see here is increasing volume. We've definitely seen increasing volume for Westgold over the past year and a bit, particularly in August. Start of August, we really saw the volume explode or increase. That's a good sign that there are possibly fund managers becoming interested in taking positions in this coveting. Otherwise, I know nothing else about Westgold except the chart looks pretty good. So that's Westgold coming in at number 4. What we'll do now is we'll go to Immutep coming in at number 3, because I did notice the share price had dropped. Immutep share price down 11.25%. New positive, I always mix up this next word, I always have to think about how to pronounce it. Efficacy, pretty sure that's right. New positive efficacy data for FT in NED. That's my Spoonerism coming in. I was going to say NED and HEC cancer. So head and neck cancer. So Spoonerism is just taking the one letter of one word and changing it with another letter of another word. I'm going to actually Google right now for you. Spoonerism, and give you some examples. Probably heaps of examples out there. Verbal error in which a speaker accidentally transposes the initial sounds or letters of 2 or more words, often to humorous effects. It is or can be quite humorous, as in the sentence, "You have hissed the mystery lectures." You have missed the history lectures, yeah. It's named after Lord Spooner, who had this affliction. Anyway, I like to think it's just, here's some good ones. Like belly jeans, jelly beans, bunny phone, funny bone, roaring pain, pouring rain, lip my zips, zip my lips. I actually do it quite a bit. Sometimes it's just subconsciously. And you almost saw it, me say it with whatever it was called. I was going to say Ned and Heck cancer. Sometimes it doesn't have to make sense. Anyway, I saw this announcement. I went, oh, I wonder if the share price will rally today. Obviously, I'm wrong. And sometimes I don't understand why some of these types of announcements might go higher or share price might rally. Sometimes share price might not rally. And I'm just having a quick read of this. Statistically significant increase in absolute lymphocyte count biomarkers seen in the FT in combination with Keytruda shows FT's biological activity in randomized settings. I'm just going through this very quickly, and there's nothing of interest to me at this point in time. Dr. Christensen, I suppose he's either the CEO or she's a CEO, or maybe the lead technology officer or something like that. Presented by Klaus Christensen, MD, PhD, head of section for thoracic and head and neck oncology. Oh, geez. You try to make me pronounce this letter. Rigger Hospitalet, Copenhagen. There's a hospital in that. Riggs Hospitalet, Copenhagen, Denmark. Okay. So the most important thing is how the market reacted. Share price is down 11.25%. So let's have a look at the chart. And because most of these announcements I didn't really have a deep look into, it's just how the market's reacted and the chart. Is the chart anything to get excited about? And for Immutep, the answer is no. This company has a market cap of 581 million. And I don't think this company has any revenue yet. So there's a lot of promise built in the share price and valuation of this company. And just by looking at the chart, something negative happened on the 27th of June. Share price dropped 23% on that particular day. So you will see a lot of movement in the share price, I think, whenever this company releases an announcement. And share price did recover after that negative announcement. What date was that? That was the 27th of June. I have to go to 3 months. 22nd of June. Successful meeting with FDA. Doesn't sound that negative, but the market said, no, that's negative. Anyway, let's have a look at the weekly chart. Nothing too exciting on the weekly chart, nothing too exciting on the daily chart. Markup is quite high, so a lot of promise built in. And if this company disappoints the market, you will see the share price drop, maybe even more than 11%. And on occasion, share price does rally a fair bit. In December 2020, share price went up in 1 week 96%. And then in the start of 2021, May 2021, share price went up another 36% in 1 week. And then, can't forget this week here, May 2023, share price rallied 52% in 1 week. So maybe this is more of a trading stock. So that's Immutep. Coming in number 3, 2, let's go with Mithril. And then Austal will come in number 1. Let's go with Mithril. And as soon as I saw the word Mithril, I just thought of Lord of the Rings, which is probably natural enough. Mithril, silver and gold. Share price up 36% on the back of announcement. Over 100% increase in district historic mines and workings. I did not see this announcement when it was released. I probably just moved on to the next one because it doesn't sound or read interesting. Over 100% increase in district historic mines and workings. I have no idea what that means. Maybe 100% increase got the market excited. Now, I did notice that the share price did rally during the day. Share price closed at 12.5 cents last Friday, opened at 14 cents, rallied all the way to 18.5 cents. So this is not the, Encounter Resources, where the share price opened at the high. Share price of this company actually opened at the low, which is actually good. So the one-day candlestick should be much more bullish for Mithril, silver, and gold than Encounter Resources. So actually, after seeing a share price rally, I did have a quick look at this announcement, and it just went over my head. There was a couple of interesting comments from the managing director, I think. Where is John Skeet? There's something else interesting here. Oh no, this was not commentary. This was just in the third paragraph. Also, I suppose this is commentary. The LiDAR survey. So this is sort of the beginnings of the exploration phase, doing a LiDAR survey. I actually don't know. Has provided high-resolution aerial photography. It does seem like this should be the first stage of the exploration process. And bare earth digital terrain model, DTM, that virtually strips away the vegetation, revealing, this is the interesting bit to me, revealing amazing geology and structural detail beneath. Now, is that sentence, or those words there, revealing amazing geology, is that sort of giving credit to the bare earth digital terrain model? You're just saying that because it can strip away the vegetation, when it reveals the geology, it's just amazing. What it can do, it's just amazing. Or are they saying, in this case, it's amazing? I'm a little bit unsure about what they actually mean by saying revealing amazing geology and structural detail beneath. If they just said this particular model is amazing because of what it can do, I actually could believe it. Now, the highlights include, and I think they don't mean that. I think they mean what it showed in this particular survey were amazing. And the highlights include historic mine shaft 7, previously known 0, historic adits mine tunnels 93, previously known 50, historic mine and prospecting pits 198, previously known 30. Not sure why this is all exciting, but they did actually say a drilling update there. And they're doing a Toronto Venture Exchange dual listing. Anyway, I'll have a closer look at this. So obviously this is an old mine in Durango State, Mexico. Old mine with all these mine shafts, and for some reason that's good that it's the amount of mine shafts and mine tunnels is more than they expected. I don't know. In fact, the managing director mentioned mining took place between 1850 and 1910. Considering the effort required to create these working by hand, their existence is significant. Already there are exceptional high-grade gold and silver sampling results to date from the known workings, and we're keen to visit, sample map these multiple, etc., etc. So it seems like this is the early stage of the exploration process. But the market's got excited. Share price up about 40%. So let's have a look at the chart for Mithril, silver, and gold. In silver and gold, just reminds me of a U2 song too. This is the weekly chart. The weekly chart looks horrendous. So let's have a look at the daily chart. They must have done a couple raising, not a couple raising. They must have done a consolidation just based off the candlesticks before the 22nd of May. I'm going to have a quick look at the historical announcements from this company. 22nd of May, or they reinstated. Yeah, okay. So that's when they went back to trading because they were in a suspension for a while. Looks like. And they stopped trading in November last year, doing some capital raisings. I would assume they did a consolidation. There it is, consolidation splits on the 22nd of March. That's why we see the chart look sort of weird before the 22nd of May. You can see when the share price moved, it was moving up and down a fair bit, and then all of a sudden it doesn't move as much as that. So that tells me there was a consolidation, and they just proved that there was. And when the share price started trading again, the share price was at about 28, 30 cents and dropped all the way down to below 10 cents. So share price dropped 67% in the past, was it 3 or 4 months? Nice one-day candlestick. So I just mentioned the one-day candlestick today will look pretty good, and it does look pretty good. If the share price doesn't drop much from here, in fact it has, because in TradingView it's 18.5 cents, and in ComSec it is 17 cents. So we're starting to see a little bit of profit taking right now, a little bit of selling, which I is not surprised about because the share price has dropped 67% since they started trading again. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised to see even more profit taking. Volume pretty good today. Nice volume today. But because the share price has been in downtrend, I don't expect this to be a shift in sentiment and a shift in trend in the share price. I think this company needs to provide more positive announcements to the market. Okay, so that's Mithril, silver and gold. A company I've never heard of before. And there's probably reasons behind that. I'm going to put this into my high volume spec watch list. Now let's have a look at Austal. Is it Austal or Austral? Austal. Up 18.3%. It's actually rallied a little bit since, pretty sure it was only up 9%. Yeah, pretty sure. Let's have a look. Austal. 12%. It's rallying. Rallying late in the day can be a good sign. So what has Austal released today to see a little bit of excitement in the market? I'm glad this company has come in at number one. Austal awarded $450 million contract to expand US shipyard. That's a pretty big contract. I'm not sure what the margins are going to be. Probably the biggest problem about this company is they are reliant on these contracts, reliant on these one-off contracts. There's no ongoing, or what do you call it, recurring revenue, that sort of thing. But who knows? This could be really good margins. Pleased to announce the company has been awarded, Austal USA has been awarded a $450 million, which equates to 670 million Australian dollars, contract by General Dynamics Electric Boat. The contract will enable Austal USA to expand production capacity at its US shipyard in support of the US Navy submarine industrial base. That's really interesting. The wording in that seems like the Austal USA is expanding their base, so they need to spend money to do that, but they've been awarded a contract. So I just wanted to reread that. Were they giving this other company $450 million to expand their facilities? I don't know. This contract award will fund Austal USA to enhance its existing infrastructure by designing, constructing, and outfitting a new module fabrication. That continues my confusion. Okay, it's an intriguing announcement. So it seems like they're expanding their base or whatever, their production base, and for some reason they're going to get a lot of money to do it. That's what it seems like, but maybe they should be paying this other company that amount of money. I have no idea. The market likes it. Okay. What does the CEO say? Paddy Gregg noted this contract award is a testament to the growing partnership. Okay. So maybe General Dynamics Electric Boat wants Austal to be bigger. They want to have a bigger, so they're willing to give $670 million to Austal to increase their base, their production base. That's a really nice company. General Dynamics electric boat. Anyway, the market's liked it. Even though I'm still confused, the market has loved this particular announcement. So let's have a look at the chart for Austal. If you know a little bit more about this announcement, I'd love to hear your thoughts because I'm still confused. Austal Limited. Yes. So share price of Austal is all over the place. This is definitely one company I've probably been more willing to trade than own for the long term. If you have a look at the weekly chart, probably can see share price just is all over the place. There's periods of time when the share price goes bonkers, periods of time when the share price does nothing, falls all the way down. It's pretty obvious looking at this longer term chart, going all the way back to 2017, that when the share price falls to about $1.60, that's a good time to be interested. Share price now $2.56, so it's a little bit above that. So who knows how much the share price can rally from here. The all-time high for the share price is $5, reached in 2019. If you look at the daily chart, share price was in an uptrend. Pretty sure there was a takeover bid for Austal at one point. Am I mistaken? For some reason, I just remember there was a takeover bid. I could be completely mistaken. Oh, there is. Response to media regarding non-binding offer from Hanwha. So there was. I'm not sure what happened to that takeover bid. Anyway, let's go back to the chart. So share price was in a nice uptrend from about January, February, all the way through to August. And then the share price went through a bit of a dip, maybe on the back of their results. And this little announcement today has sort of really improved sentiment in this company. So one day turnaround in sentiment, although the share price was rallying just before this. The other thing to note, volume. Volume has been quite high today for Austal. So definitely the stock of the day, Austal Limited. Okay, a couple of charts I want to show you. Jupiter Mines. Yeah, so there was someone did mention this company in the comment section. I think South 32, one of their mines, something happened to it, and that was really going to benefit Jupiter Mines. This was back in April, May. That's why the share price went bonkers. Share price went from 18 cents to 41 cents. And I totally forget what this company mines. Share price has fallen all the way down to where it started. In fact, it's now fallen below. There was a nice little base in the share price at around 16 cents. Share price is now 14.5 cents. So this could be an overreaction from the market. This could definitely be a bit of an overreaction from the market on the downside. So there could be some value in Jupiter Mines right now. Wouldn't be surprised to see the share price bounce. There could be other reasons behind it. Yeah, but it just looks interesting where the share price is now. And if you look at the weekly chart, it's just a really interesting chart. Share price has just collapsed since this get out of this company 1 week candlestick was 24th of June. No, the 1st of July, share price that particular week dropped 14% and dropped through a support level. Let's go back to the daily chart. You better see, yep, it fell through that level on the 5th of July and just kept on falling. That would have been, if I was in this, that would have been the get out of Jupiter Mines, the 5th of July. And you could have sold on that day at 27 cents. Now it's 15 cents. The other company I wanted to show you was APM Animal Health. Share price did drop a little bit today. Oh, this could be a buy the dip situation. So it broke out a few weeks ago when share price went above 40 cents. A nice rally, and then we have seen the share price dip. So possible buy the dip for APM Animal Health. 4 down days in a row. Actually, no, 4 out of the last 5 days down for this company. Okay, so let's have a look at one comment. This is an important comment about or question about selling. This is from M. Solkar, SC7WF. Can you help me with understanding on when is the best time to sell a stock or what should be our target price? Example, I own Biome, 59 cents, and as per some brokers, it has a target price of 85 cents, whereas I believe it can reach $1.20. So I'm confused on when to sell. So how do you usually decide with your investments on the right selling price? Thank you. This is a personal question. I can't give any advice, personal advice. I'll just tell you what I do. It all depends on what sort of company I'm owning. So I have high quality companies. The other thing I should mention is I never have price targets. I don't even look at brokers. I don't care what brokers are saying about a company. I completely ignore brokers and I never have price targets. Okay, so the two type of companies, well, three type of companies I own. So the first type of company I own are high quality companies. I don't care about the share price. The only thing I care about these companies is their performance. If they continue to perform how I think they should perform, then I won't sell them. I will not sell my high quality companies. So the most important thing when it comes to high quality companies is deciding where a company fits in the quality spectrum. So, for example, one of the high quality companies is what's a high quality company? Pro Medicus. I consider that a high quality company. But I have thinking about taking profits just because of the valuation. And that's the other thing. Valuation matters. So I think if you do own high quality companies, it's why would I sell? Is the valuation, is it getting too high? But even if you think the valuation is getting really high, doesn't mean the share price will drop. Share price could go sideways for a long time. So I am more resistant to selling my high quality companies. So that's the first type of company I own. Second type of company I own are small caps. Again, for small cap companies, I think have the potential to grow significantly in the future. No story stocks or very few story stocks. I don't have price targets. Very, very rarely do I say, well, if the share price gets to this level, I'm going to sell. Sometimes I will have a target from when I'm going to sell, but that's usually based off something else. For instance, Atlas Pearls. I own that. I bought at August last year. I sold in February this year, and I was always going to sell when they released their results. So I did have a target, but just a date for that company. Never do I have price targets. I suppose if you did look at valuation a little bit more deeply than I do, if you did think, well, if this company becomes expensive at 90 cents, that's what I'm going to sell. You could do that, but I would never personally ever do that. So that's small caps. And typically, again, I am more likely to sell small caps, particularly if I do think they're becoming a little bit overvalued and the market's getting a little bit too excited. I will definitely sell, but it's more of a technical thing. And also I will sell if I think the company has lost its way. That's another thing I will sell when it comes to small caps. Because I give much less room for small caps than I give my high quality companies. Now, technical companies, I just use technicals. Very rarely, on occasion, I will have price targets, but that's because of resistance and support levels. But usually I just look at the chart. If the chart's still looking good, I'll still maintain a holding. If the chart starts to turn negative or that sort of thing, I will sell. But I never, ever have price targets. Well, I shouldn't say never, ever. But I never look at what brokers have. I never focus on brokers. I don't even think brokers know. Well, I shouldn't say that. I think you'll see brokers change their price targets all the time. Now, if they have a price, and this is the other thing, if a broker for a biome has a price target of, say, 40 cents, and the share price is 60 cents, they look pretty silly if they have a price target of 40 cents and the share price is 60, and the share price is continuing to climb. They look pretty foolish. So they will rise their price target. Same thing is if they have a price target of 85 cents. Share price keeps on climbing, gets above 90 cents, there's a possibility they will increase their price target. That's the way it goes, I have seen. Same thing when share price of a company is falling. You will see the brokers change their price target. So I never look at brokers at all. I hear this a lot on AusBiz Call. Oh, the broker consensus is $1.50. Current share price is $1.30. So there's a room to grow from here. Who knows? Who knows? That's just broker consensus. Who knows what motivation they have for putting in a target price? If you believe Biome has the potential to reach $1.20, then why are you looking at the brokers? That's what I would say. And the other question I would have is, how did you get to $1.20? That's probably the big question I would have. Why did you get, or how did you get $1.20? So the question is, do you consider, this is the question for you, do you consider this company to be high quality? If it is high quality, will you sell if it gets to your target of $1.20. Because if it's high quality, it should continue to grow over time. And it's more, I wouldn't say foolish, but there's definitely an argument to hold high quality companies for as long as possible, because the definition of a high quality company is a company that can grow over a longer period of time. And if a company can grow over a long period of time, the share price should grow over a long period of time. So if you consider Biome to be a high quality company, then yeah, should you consider selling? It's a question for you. Now, if you don't consider Biome to be a high quality company, but you just think the true valuation of this company should be $1.20, stick to what you think. Stick to what you think. Don't listen to outside noise or outside influences. You alone have to make a decision for yourself. Anyway, so hopefully, and selling is the hardest decision you have to make. And it's why technical analysis, I think, is intriguing for me, because if you have selling rules, you don't have to make the decision yourself. You can follow those rules, and the rules, your rule-based decision processing, should tell you when to sell, that sort of thing. Anyway, hopefully I have answered your question, M. Solkar. And that is all I have for today's video. I was going to do a standalone video, but I won't, because this video has gone on for 51 minutes. So if you have any questions, any thoughts, leave those in the comment section of this video. Otherwise, I'm not a financial advisor. If you do need financial advice, make sure you seek out someone who is qualified and can speak to your own financial needs. That's it for this video. Have a good day. Bye.